Sandbox is a piece of garbage. I know I'm very late to the whole beating a dead horse trend on Sandbox, but this isn't really necessarily for views. This is just because, well, I genuinely don't like this product and I don't see it at all turning anywhere to a good side in any shape or form. Also, just to make use out of the fucking, a good bit of Sandbox gameplay I have on my computer, I will for some parts of this video try to ignore it being a Gmod successor, because even without it being a Gmod successor, I don't like the product. Even without me just being like, oh, this is worse Gmod, I just think the product that they're trying to make sucks. Now something I want to get out of the way. I fucking hate the stock art style this game goes for. Nobody liked the sausage. Nobody liked the sausage, guys. And they did not give a shit about taking in fucking any form of input. They did not care. They made sure this motherfucker stayed in no matter what. And these things suck. And I know a lot of people are gonna comment, oh, just use the fucking humans. The humans don't look all that good either. And not just that, most of the games don't even fucking use the humans. So for the most part, yes, I am stuck fucking playing with these goddamn disgusting sausage motherfuckers that nobody likes. I also don't really like this very stock Unity asset look. Obviously, I know it's not gonna have the most developed art style because, well, people are gonna craft their own art style and look for it because that's kind of a part of Gmod's identity. But Gmod's identity already had a game that already had a really good looking art style, Half-Life 2, to work off of it. I'm not saying that it needs to have a super developed art style, but I would like a more visually interesting thing than just the fucking shitty ass stock Unity asset. Even though I know it's not made out of Unity, I know this is a Source 2 game, it doesn't feel all that special. In fact, it kind of reminds me, when I was playing it kind of reminds me of a while ago when I made that Gmod competitor video where I played a lot of those shitty Gmod competitors. It kind of reminded me of that. I didn't think it was all that special. Genuinely, this game felt shit to play. I really don't like the way the gravity gun looks. Obviously, I get it. They're gonna make their own unique asset for it. They can't just reuse the fucking Half-Life asset. The tool gun, though, is almost a fully original asset, so I don't know why they couldn't have just used it. I don't like the way it looks, though. Box mode alone, the main mode itself, is actually garbage. I think you have less features than fucking some of the beta versions of Gmod do. And, of course, mods are gonna be there. They're gonna fill up most of the roster of what you're gonna do in the Sandbox mode. But there's not really anything there right now, and people aren't really making all that much for the Sandbox mode. And a huge issue is because the Sandbox mode is shit. I also would say, I would give it a pass because, I'll just wait and then eventually we'll have all these fun add-on lists. Base Gmod still had stuff to play with that would keep you occupied. They're still fun to have unmodded. There's nothing to play with here. I guess we have some soldiers and scientists, guys, but they fucking suck. Their AI is terrible, so I don't see anyone working off of these things. There's, barely any fucking tools in the game. Genuinely nothing. There's no, I couldn't fucking find the finger poser or face poser. I couldn't find that shit. There's just so many things missing. Ragdolls aren't fun to pose at all. I don't know why. I think maybe it's just the physics of this whole game, but literally feel horrible to pose with it. The guns are the most, I said, stock Unity shit ever made. And since, well, there's not really that many stuff being developed for it because more people I think are focused on making game modes themselves, there's not very much for me to even bother playing with in the Sandbox mode. And this is why it's the main issue for me, because I mainly play Gary's mod for the Sandbox mode. Sure, I play TTT, sometimes Prop Hunt, sometimes maybe a little bit of Murder Mystery, all that shit. Maybe rarely ever I'll play RP games, but all that stuff, that's cool. But I like the Sandbox mode. That's what I reliably play all the time. And the Sandbox mode here has not that much to offer. Literally, there is so little of assets and stuff to play with by vanilla without mods included. And with what we have done with the mods, I don't feel like I have all that much to play with too. They have a weird game mount system, but for some reason it's fucking gold source games only and Quake for some fucking reason, but they're just props, so I can't even really play with them. No Source 1 or no Source 2 shit. Honestly, a weird thing I never thought I would actually think about being gone or missing all that much was the ambience. Most Gmod maps have stock ambience. At least all the maps that come with the game by default have ambience. A lot of people give it shit and say that ambience weirdly makes these maps creepy. Turns out, they feel fucking like nothing when they're gone. Like, sure, maybe it's a little bit weird hearing ambience, even though there's no one in the world besides you. Sure, that's a little bit off-putting. It's even more off-putting when there's literally fucking nothing, no noise happening at all. And even though, for some fucking reason, they built in a system that, like, fucking missing assets should never be a problem, somehow I still managed to run into missing asset issues. Somehow. But enough of bitching about the sandbox mode. It's clear that this was never the main focus, and from what it looks like, I don't think they give a remote shit about it, and personally, I don't think it's ever gonna be the proper thing. I don't see any way that this is gonna ever be the main focus in any way. I genuinely think this mode has been left to die, because, like, I don't think Gary Newman gives a fuck. He wants to make a shitty Roblox contender instead. And I want to get into that. I didn't have all that much fun playing any of these things. A lot of them are just Gmod game modes, and that's cool. I like to see all those. But I could just, you know, play Gmod. I tried playing TTT, and the guns they currently have just feel fucking awful. I don't like them at all. I didn't really play it for very long because of that. And then there's just so much Roblox bullshit game modes that are, like, really grindy for God knows reason. I just, ew, why is it like this? And there's fucking, like, loot crate opening shit. And then there's fucking casino stuff in some of the most popular ones. Sure, they're just game money right now, but how long until fucking microtransactions get put in these games? How long until stuff gets predatory? Speaking of microtransactions, they have fucking cosmetic systems. Yes, I have to spend money on my $20 game I spent already money on, by default, for these ugly-ass cosmetics. And they also have built-in, like, FOMO shit. Why are we Robloxing to fight Gmod? I don't like this. This is dumb. And sure, like, I don't have to spend money on this, but, like, come on, man. And sure, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, you can make your own custom player models. Most people aren't gonna do that for their modes. They're just gonna fucking use the stock ones because they're already the assets that have been given to them. So many of the game modes are such fucking Roblox-ass bullshit. Like, I don't fucking want to play this. I want to play stuff that actually is special. And speaking of Roblox-ass bullshit, the fucking AI problem's still here. Don't get me wrong, we can now filter out stuff that uses AI content, but I would rather it just not be in the fucking game at all. In fact, it's kind of annoying that the filter wasn't in there to begin with. They literally made the game cost money to lower the entry of, like, bullshit being put in the game, but literally there's so much garbage in it already. And there is cool stuff. There is some really well-made stuff that people have made. But I also could say about Roblox. But does that mean I really want to fucking touch Roblox? No. This isn't a fucking Gmod successor. It's actually a regressor in so many levels. It's a shitty Roblox competitor that's made for fucking shitty-ass tech bros. So yeah, what did I take from all this? I really want Half-Life 3 to come out so someone can actually make a Garry's Mod too. It's